Hi guys, I hope you're all well. It's currently Sunday the 27th of July 2025 and welcome to week 498 of my weight loss journey. In last week's video we all saw I lost a pound or 0.5 kilogram, which saw my body mass index go from 54.1 down to 53.9. Just like I always do, I'm going to start the proceedings off by reviewing my calorie consumption for the past week, which we can see in the graph above. The average of this was 2,662 compared to the previous week at 2,399. So unfortunately it has gone above my overall 2,500 calorie allowance average for the week, which I know is not good. I have been on holiday as such this past week, about 3 days off. Quite a few trips and indulging. On one day I went to the seaside town of Whitby, and of course the unwritten law of the land is if you go to the coast you've got to have fish and chips, and of course that's what I did. A nice large portion of fish and chips. I've also had quite a bit of bread this week. When I say bit, maybe about 8 slices of bread throughout the whole week. Maybe 10 slices. Don't normally eat bread during the main week, Monday to Friday, because I know that can cause weight gain. Even a small amount of bread can see a weight gain. If it can be good all week and just have a small amount of bread, and it can mess my weighing result up on a Saturday. It's that's how it can affect me. I've also had a bit of chocolate, some sweets this past week as well. So yeah, I've not been on plan, and I've just enjoyed my short little breaks and day trips, because the week before I was in York, but that wasn't as bad because obviously I ended up with a £1 loss last week. So yeah, so that's been my week in terms of food. So there's been no salads this past week, none at all. Just either a sandwich, or like I say, something that I probably shouldn't be eating. But nevertheless, that is my result. My fluid consumption has seen a reduction down to 2,900 millilitres as an average for the week, which is falling below 3,000, which is usually my minimum amount I would like to see. My ultimate target is 3,500 or better as an average, but yeah, it's down. And again, because I've been off from work, my routine's being all messed up. So I know my fluid consumption does usually suffer when I'm away from a normal routine. How about my activity levels? Well, we all know I like to monitor my step count for this. This can be seen in the graph above. The average of this was 5,362 compared to the previous week at 6,437. So, a slight reduction. Monday was ultimately the best day for activity. That's the day I went to Whitby. Did plenty of walking, and unfortunately it seemed to have petered off as we progressed through the week. So I didn't do as much walking as I was hoping or expected to do on Tuesday and Wednesday. A bit more driving, so I sat down driving more than actually doing walking, so main culprit for that. And when I got back to work on Thursday and obviously Friday, I was just mainly catching up with emails and stuff like that, so not really much walking either at work, just sat behind a desk doing administration based stuff. So it's been quite a disappointing week actually for activity. It's that time of the week where we all get to see my latest weighing results, so here it is guys, here's my weighing. I weigh 186.4 kilograms, which is 411 pounds or 29 stone 5 pounds. This means in the past week I've seen a large gain of 4 pounds or 1.8 kilogram. But if I compare this result to the result I obtained at Slimming World, you can see this right here. At Slimming World this week, I also saw a gain of 4 pounds or 1.8 kilogram. So there we go guys, disappointing result, but somewhat expected since I've not been on plan for most or all of the week. I've had my days out, I've had my fish and chips, I've had some bread which I don't normally have during the week, and of course some chocolates today. So even though my calories haven't been drastically over each day, they've been slightly above. That's enough to cause quite heavy damage. Now, 4 pounds is heavy damage. So hopefully I'll be able to sort this out and lose it the following week. Based on this week's weight gain, it sees my body mass index go from 53.9 up to 54.5. And if it were my third weight loss target, last week it was minus 8.3% complete. And after the gain, it goes down to minus 14% complete. So in the 498 weeks that I've been doing this weight loss journey, I've lost a total of 130.2 pounds, which is 59.1 kilograms, or 9 stone, 4.2 pounds. Next week it's quite simple for me. I've only really have one mission, and that is to reverse this 4 pound gain, or 1.8 kg gain, what I've seen this past week, to lose it. So hopefully I'll lose all of it, or most of it in this coming week. I need to be on point on all three of my stats. My calorie consumption ultimately needs to come back down within its ultimate target of 2,500 calories. If it can get down to 2,200, 2,300, that would be most ideal. Yes, my fluid consumption definitely needs to increase back above 3,000 millilitres, and activity levels, well, I need to turn that one around and try my best to fit in a lot more and get it back above the 6,500 markish that I saw the previous week. So if I can do that, I think I've got a good chance of losing what I've just gained. Ultimately, time will tell. We'll find out next week. But other than that, guys, that's it. That's the end of this week's video. As always, if you'd like to continue following me along my weight loss journey and hopefully get to see much less of me in the future, by all means, subscribe to my channel so you don't get to miss out on any future videos that I post. I wish you all a fantastic week. Stay safe, look after one another, and I'll see you all again next Sunday.